What is going on, everybody? Christian Ballard here, Ballard Sports Media, coming at you with a game preview. Now, I didn't do this for week one. I don't know if I'm going to preview. I don't want to do something where, I want to preview every game. The only reason why I'm previewing this is because it's a really great rivalry. That's right. I'm talking about the Deep South's oldest rivalry. Deep South's oldest rivalry. Yeah, I got it. So looking at this game, it's Auburn at Georgia. Of course, that means last year it was at Jordan-Hare. And we're going to get into this rivalry a bit and look at the game coming up this Saturday, October 3rd, between the Bulldogs and the Tigers. Let's get into it. All right, looking at this game right here, Auburn comes in 1-0 on the season. 1-0 in conference play, of course, 10-game conference-only season because of the pandemic and everything going on. It's weird how it's going down with the SEC and everything. Looking at last week, look at Georgia, the first in the SEC East right now. Tie it with Florida and other teams, I guess, that probably won in the East last week. They go on the road and they whoop Arkansas 37-10, the final score of that game last week. Auburn played a better team, clearly. If you ask me, and, I'm not trying to throw Arkansas down or anything, but let's be real. They're the worst team in the SEC, in my opinion, tied with Vanderbilt. They got a new head coach and everything. So, it'll, I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say about Arkansas, but, Georgia won that game. No surprise there. So they win. So the Georgia Bulldogs go on the road week one, play Arkansas, win 37-10. Look at Auburn. They played at Jordan-Hare, played a home game to open the season. 23rd ranked Kentucky, played a ranked team in Kentucky and beat them 29-13. Georgia wins over Arkansas by 27 points. And Auburn wins over Kentucky by, 16 points. So, looking at this matchup here, week two, both of them come into this game, no losses, but again, it's week two. They only played one game, and both of these teams are really good teams in the SEC. You can expect them to win week one, pretty much depending on who they play. So, looking at the matchup predictor here, looking at ESPN and everything, Georgia comes into this game with a 57.4% chance to win this game. This game is in Athens at Sanford Stadium. Auburn with a 42.6, 42.5, whatever. I would round those up to, 43 and 57. If you round those percentages up, round 42.6 up, and then round down the 57.4. The spread on this game is a 7.5 line. Georgia the favorite, obviously. The over/under is 44.5. All right, let's actually take a look at this rivalry a little bit. Not all the way back, but in recent years. I think the big game that stands out to me, first off, 2017, Auburn blew Georgia out 40-10, 40-17, something we probably did not expect. Georgia did not look good in that game. They got them back the next year. They actually had met in the SEC title game in 2017. I think that's the first time they've ever met twice in 1 year, and I think Georgia won that 28-7. Look at last year. Let's see. Hold on. Auburn wins in Auburn in 2017, 40-17. Then they play in Atlanta that same year, a month later, in the SEC title game, and Georgia wins 28-7. Of course, Georgia goes on in the playoffs and everything. Then 2 years ago, November 10th, Georgia won in Athens 27-10, and Georgia won in Auburn, Alabama last year 21-14. So it was a 7-point game last year. Super close, right? Like Auburn was right there. They had a chance, and they didn't get it. So, so again, Georgia with about a 57% chance to win this game. Auburn with about a 43% chance to win this game. Clearly, Auburn is an underdog. It's in Athens. It's on the road. It's tough going on the road in the SEC, especially a rivalry game like this. And if you ask me, Georgia is a better team than Auburn. Clearly. Now, I use that lightly because Auburn is a really good football team. You know, are they Alabama? Are they Clemson? No. Georgia's not there yet either. They're trying to be. They've come close to being on that level, but they are in the mix, you know, for national contention and everything. So, here's the thing. Looking at this game, what are the problems with these teams? Georgia, it's quarterback play. Auburn, defensive line and defense and just, you know, the losses of Derek Brown and Marlon Davidson, Nick Coe, a couple guys, just to name a few guys that Auburn lost on defense coming into this year. Those guys are now in the NFL. You know, that's got to hurt. You had those guys for 4 years, and Auburn had really good defense the past few years. And, you know, to lose all those guys and now have to replace them, not that they can't do it, but, you know, it's still, you know, there's still some concern, I think, on the defensive side of the ball for Auburn. Of course, they got guys like T.D. Moultrie, a defensive end, and Big Cat Bryant that came back. But, again, if you were to look at it, they got quite a few incoming freshmen this year, right? Like, they basically are in a position like where Alabama was on defense last year. A lot of guys are gone. I don't want to say injuries for Auburn, but a lot of young and inexperienced players, right, that have to now step up. We'll see how they handle that, obviously. So what's going to be the key for Auburn? What's going to be the key for Georgia? I think Georgia's defense just has to show up, but I think they will. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, too. I think the key for Auburn is Bo Nix has got to bring his A game, right? And I think they bring in Chad Morris from Arkansas, you know, who made the program worse than it was before he got there 2 years ago. He's now pretty much like the offensive coordinator. Him and Gus Malzahn are calling plays and working on the offense. We'll see how that goes going forward. I don't really know. I think Auburn's going to have a good offense, though, with Bo Nix at quarterback. You know, and they got to find a way, man. They have got to find a way to put some points on the board. It's not going to be super high scoring. This is a competitive game. This is a competitive rivalry, and I do think that in a rivalry game like this, and I hear people say this, my uncle has said it and stuff, well, anything happens in a rivalry game, well, you know, maybe you're right, maybe you're not, I don't know. You know, I would kind of agree because of all the hype and the hate and the, you know, just history. You know, so, and again, let's see, last time it was played in Athens, 2018, it was 27-10. Well, that was 2 years ago. Auburn, their offense a little bit better. Georgia's offense, again, I don't really know, but you know, I think going into this game, Auburn is going to have a chip on their shoulder a little bit. They know they're an underdog, mainly because it's on the road. You know, I think Auburn could win this game. Am I picking them to win? We'll get to that in a minute. But it's definitely going to be a close and competitive matchup, of course, like it's always been, even though there's been a couple blowouts recently. So, and Georgia, I think the thing with Georgia is quarterback. And again, we keep mentioning it. If you listen to me on like TikTok Chess Hall's channel, go sub him up, say hello to him and everything. Shout out to you, brother. I mean, it's just inconsistent. They just can't pick a guy. They just can't, right? And Kirby Smart has got to figure it out for the offense. He just has to. He tries to mess around with it, and it just kind of makes things worse. If you were to ask me, in my opinion, right? I'm not trying to throw Georgia under the bus or anything. I'm really not. But Georgia has got to figure it out on offense. Defense, they got it down flat, but they got to figure it out there. Auburn, they just got to figure out how they're going to replace their defense, losing guys like Derek Brown and Marlon Davidson last year. And, of course, they lost some guys in the backfield, too. So, with that being said, I really don't have a whole lot else to say other than this is a really good rivalry game. It's usually close. Not always, but usually. It's always competitive, though, and something to look forward to. So, with that being said, again, Georgia has about a 57% chance to win. Auburn with a 43% chance to win. Again, rounding these, and the line is 7.5. So that's about a touchdown. The over/under is 44.5. Now, I'm no betting expert or anything. I don't bet on these games, but I will look at it and, kind of like give my thoughts on it. Honestly, I'd probably take the under on that over/under there. It'd probably be a little under 44.5. And with that being said, I don't know. I'm going to call the final score. I think Georgia pulls it out late. Probably, most likely, Auburn has the ball last, and maybe Georgia's defense shows up and gets a late stop. Again, I made a video, right? Defense wins championships, wins football games in general, really. And I think that's what Georgia's going to do. With that being said, I'm going to call a final score. Georgia 21, Auburn 16 for the Deep South game. It's going to be competitive. It's going to be a really good matchup. Could Auburn win? Yes. Although if you ask Georgia fans, they say, no, they're not winning in Athens. I mean, it's a home game for Georgia. That's really the reason why I'm doing this. I think if it were in Jordan-Hare this year, with everything else going on as well, maybe Auburn could get the win. I think they could get the win this year. Again, 21-16, the final score is what I'm going to predict. It's going to be close and competitive. I think Georgia fans should not overlook Auburn. Georgia should not overlook this game. Kirby Smart knows that, and vice versa. Don't overlook Georgia. Gus Malzahn's probably over there. I'm not saying this is it, but he shouldn't be over there. Auburn shouldn't be over there. Like, they're trying to figure out the quarterbacks. They don't got a quarterback. Don't overlook it. It's a great game. It's a historic rivalry, and it's always competitive. It's always great, and it's going to be a good matchup that I'm looking forward to. So, I wanted to preview this game. I always look forward to it. I know I'm an Alabama fan, so obviously, I don't like Auburn. Georgia, I've given my thoughts. I want to see Kirby Smart have great success. I think he's had some pretty decent success so far. But he's got some things to figure out still. But we will see what happens. So I'm calling it Georgia 21, Auburn 16, Deep South game. And I think it's going to be a great matchup. Georgia fans, Auburn fans, anyone else, if you're just a college football fan in general, comment down below. Give me your thoughts on this game or any other matchups you're looking forward to this weekend. Definitely comment and let me know. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. All that good stuff. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, Ballard Sports Media, checking out. Have a good day.